I'm calling this meeting to order. I am Trudy Davis, the Vice President of the Board. We will recess to a closed executive session per RCW 42-30-110I for a legal update with no action to follow and reconvene to the regular board meeting at 6 p.m.
I am reconvening the regular board meeting. First item on the agenda is roll call. Scholar representative? Nope. Okay, all right. Then Director Murphy?
Joan Murphy, District 5, School Board Member.
Trudy Davis, Director, District 4.
Lakeisha Phillips, Director, District 3.
Jennifer Jones, Director, District 2.
Eric Gollings, Director, District 1.
Danny Pfeiffer, Superintendent.
Next is the presentation, don't see them. Next is the presentation of colors by the Top Beamer High School, JROTC. Please rise if you're able.
Order, colors. Right. Race. Carry, colors. Breathe and colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And justice for all. Carry, colors. Order, colors. Right. Race. Forward. Colors. Forward. March.
You may be seated. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting agenda. At this time, we'll entertain a motion.
I move that the Board of Education approve the meeting agenda of January 13, 2026 as submitted.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the required approvals agenda. At this time, we'll entertain a motion.
I move that the Board of Education approve the required approvals agenda of January 13, 2026 as submitted.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is school welcome, Decatur High School. Dr. Pfeiffer.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here at Decatur High School this evening. So thank you to the staff and the students for hosting us. And since we are here in the home of the Gators, I'm going to invite Principal Jamie Tuff up to do our school welcome. She's going to highlight the strengths and opportunities for growth at Decatur High School. Principal Tuff.
Good evening, welcome. I'm Jamie Tuff, principal at Decatur High School. This is my 9th year here. I'm also a proud alumni graduate, 1997. So thank you for being here. We have some great events going on tonight. We have the school board meeting, and then right across the way, if the meeting is over, we have 2 varsity basketball games against Thomas Jefferson. We have both the varsity girls, they are playing right now, and the varsity boys. So that's coming up. So that's where I'm going to head to in a minute. Okay. We have so many things that we are so proud of and excited about this year. We have really continued some of the strong programs and strategies that we were using last year. We've just kind of honed in on those things. So when we ask our scholars what makes Decatur unique, our scholars say they really feel safe to be themselves and express themselves, which That's how we want them to feel. And they feel like they are very well connected to the clubs and activities in our building, as well as to our staff. They feel like their staff are supportive of their goals and their future aspirations. I'm going to highlight some of those programs today. And they also love our really, really strong CTE programs. We have some that are a little bit different than what are offered in the other comprehensive high schools. So I'll feature one of them today, but I want to highlight the picture on the screen right there. I know it's a little small. I was trying to make it fit, but that's because we had to fit all of our DECA scholars in there. And we had 25 state qualifiers that came from the all area conference last week. Yes, we had. And we had a large number of top 10 finishers and 2 first place finishers overall. So it was fantastic. Very strong program. Okay. And some of our instructional priorities, we wanted to, like I said, we were starting to make some growth and really gaining some traction with some of our strategies that we were using with staff and in the classroom. So we decided to hone in on those things and just get better at them. Bringing some things back up to the top. So focusing on some of the CEL 5D indicators of student talk, student engagement, but then also really diving into how we do our PLC work and how staff work together and making that much more public so that the information, the data, the conversations can be shared across departments so we can grow together. We're also working on, our focus is still on small group instruction. This TLC process is really supporting that work. And also really aligning our student growth goals from the building level priorities to the department level to the PLC and then all the way down to the student growth goals. We are also working on our SIOP strategies. We have a push-in model with coaching. And so we have a number of teachers that are working side by side with our instructional coach, but also our multilingual teachers to get stronger with how we implement our SIOP strategies for our multilingual scholars. And then also a really strong focus on our PBIS systems. And we've done a lot of that through partnership with our students to hear what they have to say about what they appreciate and what they believe works well for them. One of the things I think that was the biggest game changer this year is we made everything live and interactive. We have an in-house Google Sites page where we have linked our SIP, our school improvement plan. Each department has a goal that's aligned, and every month, once per month, we get together in our PLCs and we update our goals month by month on our progress. And it's all shared, and each thing is, you can click on one, it goes right to the next one and the next one. So everything is public within our staff so we can grow together and stay aligned. Okay, scholar safety and belonging. One of our big goals that we are on pace, we're at 70% of our school year goal already. We just had that meeting today with our CELT team. And we asked our scholars how they like to be recognized, and they really appreciate recognition more so than prizes or things like that. They want to be noticed. When their effort is noticed, they appreciate that someone's noticing. So we've done Gatorgrams, and staff have goals on how many they want to send out each year. We're tracking how many staff are writing each, to which grade levels, and to which scholars. And we track all of that data in a spreadsheet. We go over it, and then we're also able to kind of see if any of our other trends align with some of the data we're seeing. Yeah. See. Some of our learning successes this year, some things that we've put in place is 9th grade success programs or 9th grade monitoring. And we actually kind of started some of that work last year, but then we went to the Summer Institute in Chicago and cleaned those up. They really got structured. We got some guardrails and we have actual systems in place now. And it's expanded to, we have a 9th grade team. And then we also have all of our 9th grade advisory teachers. Each month, each grade level meets in the PA to go over priorities and learn some strategies while their advisory teachers are actually meeting in the Career Center and getting some PD, and we're hearing their feedback on what's going well, what do we need to change. We have our SLC presentations. We've changed that to more of a presentation where they're giving, they're taking ownership of their work and of their classes and presenting to their families, rating themselves on a rubric so that they can show how they feel like they are doing. Let's see. And then we have also implemented our academic success contracts for our ninth graders. So our ninth graders who may have room for improvement with their academics, we've got a contract now going with the family, the scholar, that includes an administrator and their teachers, and it also includes access or an expectation for how they can, for attending extra support sessions after school. We have a variety of different ones that we offer. So a system for monitoring that so we can better help support our scholars to start off strong and earn Bs or better. And so here, this is our academic success rubric. That's just a snippet on there. And then that led to the academic success contracts there that we're working on with scholars. We're going to expand those by each grade level, but we started with freshmen this year. And then hearing from our community, they love the phone policy. You know, every once in a while we have some growing pains with it, but for the most part, our families love it. Our students appreciate it. They may not love it, but they appreciate it. It's helped them focus in the classroom. Let's see. And they love our communication and the way we engage with Parent Square. We do less newsletters, but we do more real-time or in-time communications through Parent Square. And then since fall of 2023, our positive responses on the family partnership questions on Panorama, they've increased 5 points. So that's something we want to continue. Let's see. And the parents really want to make sure that their scholars know what access and what supports are available for academic success and growth. So that's something we're trying to get more clear and communicate more often. And we think the monthly meetings by grade level are really helping with that. And as you can see, this is just a quick graph. This is our daily confiscation rate. And over time, this is of the cell phones. So every time we've had a cell phone up here, and it maybe shouldn't, this is our confiscation rate. And as you can see, they've got it. Students get it. They know. So that has been going down. It's a downward trend. And then our scholar advisory. Some of the ways that we get feedback from scholars is one of the things we do is donuts with deans. So we'll pull in students if we need to look at some of our supervision models or clarity around why some of our expectations are what they are. We do donuts with deans where we bring in students and the deans will meet with them and we get feedback on how do you want to know things? How do you want us to communicate it? What's the student-friendly language? Here's why we do this. So if this is why we do this, how should we go about sharing that? And kids are great about giving us feedback on that. So we really love that partnership. And if you're walking the halls, you'll see signs around. And again, you'll see the Gatorgrams up here because again, that's where it came from, is listening to our scholars when they said, we really just like hearing that we're doing well. We don't really need things. We just like being acknowledged. So another thing that we've taken into that's not up here yet because it's brand new, it's coming out. We are starting a dean's list for academics and a principal's list. So if you earn certain GPAs that semester, you are going to be on track to be on the dean's list or on the principal list. And that's kind of an acknowledgement system. We want to reward students for not just passing their classes, but really pushing themselves on their academics. Okay, that being said, we have a fun surprise for you. So one of the things that we have at Decatur that is different and unique, yeah, you might be noticing the smell in here. It's a good one. We have FFA, it's Future Farmers of America, and it is led by Mr. Jordan Liebeck, our teacher. And we have two amazing scholars that are grand champions and grand champion reserve. Did I get those right? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let Mr. Liebeck introduce this, but we are going to demonstrate, and this will be my first time getting to experience this too, because normally during the school day, kind of what they do in the show process for their animals, how they go and compete and win awards, because they win a lot of awards. Yep. Okay.
Hello, everybody. So back in October, we were recognized at one of the board meetings for our shows, and Principal Tuff was like, hey, at the board meeting, can you guys do something with animals? And we thought, what better way to show you what we actually do at these shows so that you have a better idea and understanding. So we have Logan and Brooklyn here, and they're going to demonstrate some things. But could I get a volunteer to be the judge for the show? I have a cheat sheet. Dr. Jones? Okay. So do you want?
Can I take it off? Or do you have?
Perfect.
Okay.
There you go. Press the button. Oh, okay. So here is the cheat sheet. And so when you want them to circle the animals, you're going to go like this, and they're going to circle a couple of times. And then when you want them to stop, you just stop. And there's a list of questions. So I'll kind of, and yes. And then I'll hold it up.
All right, first, I'd like you to lead your animals around in a circle 2 times.
They're in training.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't want to go. This one's doing fine. Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, This are too many people. This is a shy one. Okay. All right. Okay, so now I want you to stop and set your animal up. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
So, oh, it's okay. You can be shy. Brooklyn, what breed is your animal?
Hampshire.
Hampshire. Okay. How old is it?
She's about 4.5 months old.
Oh, they're babies. So when was she born?
She was born on September 1st.
Yeah. What is one anatomical or structural thing you like about your animal?
I like her overall length and her wide base.
Wide base?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's how wide she is in
Mhm.
her rear to
Mhm.
show her muscle.
Oh, yeah, yes. And what is one thing you would change about your animal?
I would just like her to have a little more muscle in the front to
Mhm.
clean up her shoulders through her neck.
Mhm. Yes. Thank you. And Logan? Yeah, well, you're working. I see you're working. What breed is your animal?
Mine is also a Hampshire.
Hampshire as well. How old is it?
He is 3.5 months.
Months. Oh, and they're both babies. When was he born?
October 1st.
Okay, good. What is one anatomical or structural thing you like about your animal?
I like the flat and level top. So
Mhm.
all of here.
Mhm. And what is one thing you would change about your animal?
I wish the front was a little wider,
Yeah,
kind of match the back,
yeah,
make it all even.
okay. And they asked me to ask you to set up your animal in a way you think best shows them off. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Very nice. Thank you, Logan and Brooklyn. That is fantastic. Go FFA. Thank you so much. That was a unique demonstration. Principal Tough. Wow. I don't think we've ever had.
And I just want to say their
Yeah.
full names. It's Logan Fan and Brooklyn Bolger. And
Thank-
both experienced FFA, led by, again, Mr. Jordan Liebeck. We were ready with the scooper just in case, but we did good. So.
Yes, excellent. Next item on the agenda is schools can't do it alone. Dr. Pfeiffer?
We are so grateful to have so many community partners that constantly give back to our district and most importantly to our students. We have 4 such community partners that will be honored and thanked tonight for their contribution, some of which are here with us this evening, others that are joining online or unable to come. I'd like to welcome Jessica Morgan, our Chief of Communications, up to do these honors. Jessica.
Good evening, Board President Dr. Jones, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Pfeiffer. Now more than ever, schools can't do it alone, and we would like to show our appreciation for the contributions the following organizations have made that benefit our scholars in our district. Thank you to St. Luke's Church Needlers from St. Luke's Lutheran Church for 13 years of steadfast support for our McKinney-Vento program and scholars experiencing homelessness. Your handmade quilts and hats offer more than warmth. They provide care, dignity, and a reminder to our scholars that their community sees and supports them. Your longstanding partnership continues to make a meaningful difference for some of our most vulnerable scholars and families. We are deeply grateful for your compassion, generosity, and unwavering commitment to Federal Way Public Schools. If you are here today, please come forward to be recognized and join us for a photo. I don't think I can. And next, we want to thank our incredible community partners and volunteers who made this year's Federal Way Cares for Kids holiday gift-giving event possible. Through your generosity and time, hundreds of families and scholars were supported with holiday gifts, toys, and a joyful community celebration at Lakota Middle School. Your commitment helped create moments of connection and joy and belonging for our scholars and families. We are truly thankful for your continued support and dedication to our community. If you are here today, please come forward to be recognized. And thank you to the Federal Way Lions Club for your continued partnership and for your 18th annual dictionary project. Your donation of hundreds of English dictionaries to 4 Federal Way Public Schools elementary schools is helping build strong literacy foundations and support student learning. Your ongoing commitment empowers our scholars with tools that support curiosity, confidence, and academic success. We are sincerely grateful for your generosity and longstanding partnership. If you're here with us today, please come forward.
Okay, it is my honor to do the good news announcements. We are excited to recognize Thomas Jefferson High School students for their success at the 27th Annual Math Full Classic. Students and staff are here to be recognized. This section, come on up, come on up. Start right over here with greeting our superintendent. At this year's competition, TJ students delivered a strong performance with 9 students earning top results, including 4 first place finishes across multiple division categories. These achievements reflect preparation, problem solving, and teamwork and highlight the continued excellence of TJ's math program. Congratulations on all your work. Nice job.
All right, school board, if you could stay up, please. Thank you. In January, we have the honor of recognizing the members of the Federal Public School Board of Directors for their service and commitment to our students, staff, and community, as it is School Board Appreciation Month across Washington State. Serving on a school board requires a significant investment of time and care. Our board of directors sets the vision and direction for our district, adopts policies, oversees the budgets, and ensures accountability to our community. Our board of directors engage in ongoing learning, listens to voices, and makes thoughtful decisions that shape the educational experiences of more than 21,500 students. Your work often happens behind the scenes, but its impact is felt across every school and every classroom. Today, I'd like to recognize each of our board members and share a token of our appreciation with a pin of recognition of the years of service. Board President, Dr. Jennifer Jones, 7 years of service. Vice President of the Board, Trudy Davis, 7 years of service. Board Director, Lakeisha Phillips and Legislative Representative, Lakeisha Phillips, 7 years of service. Joan Marie Murphy, 2 years of service. I almost gave you more. Might feel like 6 years, but really it's only 2. And of course, we're going to recognize you too, Eric, your first year of service, Director Gollings. On behalf of the Federal Public Schools, our 21,000 students and 3,000 staff, thank you for your leadership, your service, and your continued commitment to our students and our community. Appreciate each of you.
Next item on the agenda is the College and Career Readiness and Career and Technical Education update. Dr. Pfeiffer. Nope.
I was wondering if we had a legislative update from Director Phillips.
Just a second, sorry, I missed that. Next item on the agenda is legislative update, Director Phillips.
I thought you guys were going to let it slide. I was like, yes. Okay. Good evening, fellow school board directors, community. For the legislative update, it's pretty short. Legislative session just started yesterday. So it is a short session, 60 days. We end right in the beginning of March. I feel like it's like March 13th. Sessions have started. Oh, I don't know. There's already been, I think, 50 to 60 bills filed in education, which is, I don't know, good-esque. Yeah, there's lots of work to be done. Some end up coming back from last year. So that's kind of the hard part. You get some rollover from last year. You get new bills filed this year. If you are interested in the session, TVW is a great place to look. They have a button that says schedule, and they've updated the website once again, and it's pretty responsive and interactive, which is quite nice. Yesterday, there was some pretty live discussion on restraints and isolation, which people were pretty interested in. Tomorrow, they actually have a bill on school board compensation that some people are interested in. So yeah, session's up and running, and I can keep you posted as we go.
Thank you, Director Phillips. Next item on the agenda is the College and Career Readiness and Career and Technical Education update, Dr. Pfeiffer.
Thank you very much. Board team, as you're aware, we have been hyper-focused on expanding our opportunities for our secondary students in the area of career and technical education, as well as college career readiness, particularly expanding our programs as well as our pathways. I'm going to hand this over to our Deputy Superintendent, Marla Newton, and the rest of the team to provide this information on my behalf. Marla?
Evening, Board President Davis, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Pfeiffer. The purpose of tonight's presentation is to provide an update on college and career readiness and our CTE programming priorities for this school year. This evening, we will share the alignment of our work to the strategic plan, our continued and sustained work, new and exciting work for this school year, and our forward thinking for the following school year and beyond. College and career readiness and career and technical education touch on all 5 goals, but are deeply aligned with Goal 5, persistence to graduation, and has a deep connection to our portrait of a graduate. Goal 5 of our strategic plan focuses on ensuring high school graduation and preparedness for post-secondary success through successful transitions. The definition of college readiness is to be sufficiently prepared to enroll and succeed in a non-remedial, credit-bearing general education course during the first year in post-secondary institution offering a baccalaureate degree or transfer to a baccalaureate granting institution. This year, we're launching the Portrait of a Graduate for Federal Way Public Schools. The portrait defines the skills and abilities each Federal Way Public School graduate should possess to be successful in their post-secondary pursuits. This work will drive us moving forward, be integrated into instruction, and lays the foundation for our strategic plan refresh this spring. Our Portrait of a Graduate is the North Star. Two pillars bring it to life: college and career readiness, or CCR, and career and technical education, or CTE. CCR ensures that every scholar plans a viable post-secondary path, while CTE provides hands-on, industry-aligned learning. Together, they build the skills, experiences, and credentials our portrait describes. And for tonight's presentation, we will update on 5 CT areas of focus. They are robust CTE programs of study, pre-apprenticeship programming, dual credit opportunities, industry-recognized credentials, and CTE investments. And Dr. Hong will now start with our robust CTE programs of study.
So we continue to strengthen programs of study to sequence courses that connect classroom learning to industry expectations and post-secondary options. All CTE courses align to Washington State's 6 program areas. They are agriculture, business and marketing, family and consumer sciences, health services, skilled and technical sciences, and STEM. Our framework development works to ensure each course reflects current industry standards and skills. In addition to the 6 areas of study, all CTE programs must maintain a CTE advisory inclusive of current business and employment trends. At the district level, we are required to maintain a general advisory in all programs of study. Must have program advisory. There we go. Oh, now I'm losing my place. Okay. Is that right?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Eric, which slide are you on?
Okay, I'm just trying to follow through.
You take a
got it.
moment because
Okay,
I
there
want to
we go.
make sure that this
Thank you.
information is, yeah,
Yep. This-
okay.
Okay. So for Federal Way Public Schools, CT programs benefits from the contribution of 2 types of advisory committees. Okay. The first is General Advisory Committee. They provide direction, guidance, and assistance for CTE programs across the district overall. The goal is to have at least 1 member from each program area represented on a General Advisory Committee. We also have program advisory committees. They focus on providing direction and assistance for specific occupational technical programs within the specific CTE programs. Okay. We collaborate with various partners from local businesses to colleges and community organizations who advise, host experiences, and co-design pathways. Many are program specific and convene 3 times a year to guide continuous improvement. This partnership ensures we stay on the cutting edge of industry needs. Okay. The CTE curriculum frameworks development is also a major part of renewing CTE curriculum to align with industry practices. All CTE programs are on a 5-year refresh cycle mandated by OSPI. For the 25-26 school year, our focus is on agricultural sciences. That was no coincidence with Decatur. The purpose of framework approval process is to make certain that all CTE courses, 1, fulfill requirements to continue offering the course as a CTE, to ensure academic rigor, align with state's educational requirements, including the Washington State Learning Standards, maintain strong relationships with local CTE advisory councils for the design and delivery of career and technical education, and align with current industry standards. Okay. Through our partnership with National Academy Foundation, we operate 3 academies. The most recent is the Heart Visual Arts Academy at Thomas Jefferson, Biomedical at Decatur and Todd Beamer, and Engineering at Federal Way High School. This is year 1 with an inaugural cohort participating in the Heart Academy, which is at Thomas Jefferson. We also joined the College Board's Career Kickstart pilot launching AP Networking Fundamentals this year and expanding to AP Cybersecurity Fundamentals next year. In addition to partnering with NAP, we articulated our automotive program at Decatur High School with Boeing Core Plus Aerospace Manufacturing. Core Plus Aerospace Manufacturing is a 2-year high school advanced manufacturing curriculum that prepares students for high-demand jobs through hands-on learning. Students gain real-world skills that open doors to good-paying manufacturing jobs and give them an advantage when applying for apprenticeships, post-high school certificates, and/or college degrees. We're also expanding our youth apprenticeship opportunities with Equipment Share, Pappy Kenworth, and Bowen Scar Ford. These are 3 major companies in our area that have agreed to offer during and after school work-based learning opportunities for our scholars. In addition, at Thomas Jefferson, we launched a unique partnership with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers 46 by implementing Electrical Apprenticeship Preparation Program. This program prepares our students to take the electrician apprenticeship test to qualify for the Electrical Union Apprenticeship Program. With the additional funding from the council person, Pete von Reichbauer, we are currently planning for an expansion of this program. For the 25-26 school year, we also launched the NAP Heart Academy at TJ, AP Networking Fundamentals, which is the cybersecurity pathway, IBW 46 Electrical Pre-Apprenticeship, expanded the middle school STEM gardening, and Pappy Kenworth Bowen Scarf Apprenticeship pathways. Looking ahead, we'll add AP Cybersecurity Fundamentals, second IBW cohort, Equipment Share Youth Apprenticeship, Pro Start Food Trailer, Video Production Broadcasting, and Project Lead the Way App Creator at Sacagawea Middle School. As we launch new programs, we continue to intentionally develop programs with direct links to business and higher education partners to offer our scholars multiple options for post-secondary opportunities. Every new pathway is designed with direct links to employers. Employers such as BN Builders, Pappy Kenworth, IBW 46, Bowen Scarf. We also have NAF internships across health sciences at Decatur and Todd Beamer High School. Those are in partnership with our Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Systems. Our higher ed partnerships with Highline, Renton Technical, and Green River College offer dual credit opportunities and continuation of programs of study. In our NAF partnership example, scholars in our Health Academy have the opportunity to take additional healthcare courses through Renton Technical College, such as psychology courses online to expand their studies in healthcare. Earning dual credit for CTE courses is one of the key factors aligned with college and career readiness. In CTE dual credit courses, scholars earn both high school and college credit when they earn a passing grade in the course. We currently have dual credit articulation agreements with Renton Technical College, Highline College, Green River College, and Spokane Falls College. And Spokane Falls is for our ASL program, American Sign Language. 44 CT courses are eligible for dual credit, and 3,832 scholars are currently enrolled in those courses this year. Beyond dual credit, scholars earn industry-recognized credentials, or we call them IRCs, validated by employers and professional bodies. They're proof of workplace skills ready for entry or advancement. We expanded across access to IRCs via U-Science, providing access to multiple CT courses with industry-recognized credentials. And U-Science is a third-party vendor that actually offers these certificates and assessments for its scholars. We are committed to expanding offering certificates in cooperation with our industry and business partners. We grew the number of certificates earned from 2425 to 1,532 credentials when compared to the previous school year, an increase of over 200 certificates. All CT courses can offer IRCs through partnerships with U-Science, a web-based platform. So just briefly share CT by the numbers. We currently offer 86 CT courses within the 6 comprehensive CT programs of study for grades 7 through 12. We have over 6,035 students enrolled in one or more of the CTE courses on average, and our scholars take 6 CT courses by the time they finish high school. A vital part of CT department is supporting each program with the latest industry-approved supplies and equipment to prepare our scholars to enter the world of work. The funding for our equipment and supplies comes from our CTE enhanced budget and various grants that our team applies for each year. We apply and secure somewhere between $300,000 to $500,000 in grants to support our vast programs in both CTE and CCR. This year, we were awarded a $400,000 contract from the Puget Sound ESC via OSPI to support our pre-apprenticeship construction program. With generous support from the King County Council, Pete von Weichbauer, we also received an additional $125,000 to continue supporting our pre-apprenticeship programs. Finally, as a culminating event to celebrate the work of our scholars in the CTE program, we are hosting our second annual CTE Scholar Showcase on May 18th this spring at Todd Beamer High School. Dr. Spencer will now share information about the college and career readiness.
We continue to take a comprehensive K-12 approach to building a strong set of college and career readiness experiences for our scholars. Our goal is to develop meaningful college and career readiness experiences at each grade level with strong transitions between grades. Preparing our scholars for the future requires constant updates and changes to our programming. We continue to refine and embed high school and beyond planning activities in our advisories and college and career prep courses to ensure all scholars have a meaningful opportunity to complete the high school and beyond plan as required for graduation. We also continue to increase our community partnerships to support life after high school. To continue supporting our FAFSA application process with high numbers of scholars participating, we are developing an individualized approach to supporting our scholars and families in completing the application process. Finally, we continue our Kinders to College and fifth grade field trips to CTE programming with an eye to expanding specific college and career readiness experiences at each grade level. In Goal 5, we are continuing our graduation assurance meetings, implementing multiple credit recovery options, building robust CTE pathways at all high schools, and improving college and career readiness events like Kinders to College and our fifth grade visits. New this year is the implementation of our robust ninth grade on track teams at all comprehensive high schools, building out a comprehensive college and career readiness plan for all grades K-12, and focusing on academic advising through our comprehensive school counseling plan. Thank you for your time this evening. It's our pleasure to provide you with an update around college and career readiness and CTE initiatives. Please let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you for that presentation. Board members, are there any questions?
This goes back to the first presentation on page 14, career and technical education and career and technical education course offerings, grade 7 through 12. Where do I find a printout of that? Is it on the internet or could I get a hard copy?
It's on our website. If you Google our course catalog, you can find all courses that are offered. We have an entire CTE section that would outline what's offered in grades 7 through 12. And it is in a printable format.
In a what?
Printable format.
Printed, that's what I wanted to know.
Are there other questions? No. Thank you very much for that presentation. Next item on the agenda is the K-3, 9th and 12th grade success presentation. Dr. Pfeiffer.
Thank you, board team. One of our core beliefs and present in the pillars of our strategic plan is the use of data, particularly in the area of progress monitoring at the student level to ensure our students are receiving the supports that they need in order to thrive and succeed. This evening, the team will present this information to you on my behalf related to our progress monitoring systems that are happening at the school level. I'm going to hand it over to our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Spencer, to kick us off.
Good evening, Board President, Dr. Jones, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Pfeiffer. As Dr. Pfeiffer shared, the purpose of tonight's presentation is to share how we are using assurance teams to ensure all scholars are learning at the highest levels. This evening, we will share the alignment of our work to the strategic plan, the purpose of our assurance teams, and each team's focus, kinder and third, ninth grade on track, and graduation. Assurance teams support goals 1, 4, and 5, and specifically support our vision for excellence and equity. As we share with you this evening, you'll note that this work supports sub-ends 1 and 2, as well as executive limitations 2. Assurance teams are based in improvement science, where we focus on early intervention, prevention over remediation, use data-driven decision-making to ensure all scholars are getting what they need to access high-quality learning and be successful in each stage of learning. Assurance teams bring together critical school and district staff in the joint work of improvement. We analyze key data points and develop response plans to address the data down to the scholar level. We review our implementation and reanalyze data to understand impact. Assurance teams are cyclical in nature, and we recognize the work of improvement takes time, but must always be accelerating student learning. Our assurance teams focus on kindergarten and third grade, recognizing the importance of a strong start and the research on the critical nature of third grade. Ninth grade on track, setting students up for success in high school and supporting the transition from 8th grade, and graduation to ensure our students have what they need when they leave us for post-secondary pursuits. Martin will start by sharing more specifics about our K-3 assurance.
We'll start by outlining our kindergarten and third grade assurance teams. Here you can see the school-based staff who are engaged in the K-3 assurance teams. District staff includes our assessment department, LIOs, and our content facilitators in ELA and mathematics. The K-3 assurance teams engage in a cycle of using data to identify if students are on or off track towards critical standards at each grade level. They plan for strategic standards-aligned or skill-based interventions to address identified scholar needs, and this occurs at the Tier 1 or the Tier 2 level. Here on this slide, you can see the key standards and skills we have identified for K-3 assurance and how we are measuring them. We have developed a data dashboard for teams to use at schools that triangulates the data and supports schools in identifying whether students are on or off track and develops specific interventions to address the data. Teams then record action steps for individual students based upon the data. It can include additional reteaching, targeted small groups, or other differentiated supports. K-3 assurance teams meet quarterly within a 2-week window. This systematizes the work across districts so we can minimize variation in when schools are looking at the data and determining the off-track or on-track status for students. These windows of time align with our assessment and our intervention cycles. Next, David will now share about our high school assurance teams.
You heard Principal Tuff share a little bit about ninth grade assurance teams. For ninth grade on track, we look at 2 key metrics. Are students passing all 8 of their classes? And are they earning a GPA of 3.0 or better, or Bs or better? These metrics are grounded in research findings that ninth graders who are on track are more than 4 times likely to graduate on time than ninth graders who are not on track. And 93% of ninth graders who have a B or better average graduate on time. On a monthly basis, we examine data dashboards that show course passage rates, overall GPA, attendance, and discipline. Examining the data together allows us to develop targeted interventions based on student needs. For example, a student who is receiving a failing grade but has high attendance will likely have a very different needs than a student who is failing primarily because they're not attending class. Ninth grade on track assurance teams meet monthly to engage in cycles of data analysis, problem solving at the school and individual levels, and reviewing implementation results of interventions. In order to bring promising practices across sites to scale, we will bring the ninth grade on track teams across the high schools together next month and again in May so that they can share what is working and standardize effective practices across our system. Finally, we will share information about our graduation assurance teams, which have been in place for a number of years. The main metric for graduation assurance is the percent of scholars who graduate on time, as defined as graduating 4 years from their ninth grade entry year. To determine on-off track status for each senior, we review their grades and credits, other graduation requirements such as the graduation pathway and community service, and completion of the high school and beyond plan. These metrics together determine the on-off track status of a student. We review their data, discuss interventions at both the school and individual level, especially for students who are off track. We begin this process early in the year so that we can also communicate clearly with families when students are off track and can include them in the support system for our scholars. Through our graduation assurance, we have seen 3 out of 4 comprehensive high schools improve their graduation rates, and all comprehensive schools have a rate of over 85%. Through our graduation assurance meetings, we ensure that all scholars are attaining the skills to be ready for their post-secondary endeavors. Dr. Spencer will now close with our intended outcomes for assurance teams.
Here you can see the intended outcomes for each of our assurance teams. Through these assurances, we anticipate seeing more scholars on grade level in reading and math at the elementary level, more 9th grade students passing all classes and increasing their GPA, and more scholars graduating ready for post-secondary life. Thank you for your attention this evening. Please let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you for that presentation. Board members, are there any questions?
Another acronym. Okay. FCP continuing.
So that is our functional core. So students who are moving from their functional core class to ETP are considered FCP continuing. They walk with their graduating class from their comprehensive high school, but they don't actually graduate until they finish ETP at usually the age of 21, at 21.
Okay. It was just out of context. I know, what?
Any other questions? Thank you for that presentation.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the ends one action. After each ends presentation, we complete a survey as to the board's interpretation of the monitoring report and whether the district has met the provisions of the ends. At this time, we'll entertain a motion.
The Board of Education approves sub end 1. Each scholar graduation and advancement is in compliance.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is superintendent comments. Dr. Pfeiffer.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to just thank Principal Tuff and her staff for hosting us once again. That is, we are also sitting in Decatur High School, one of our schools that is up for a phase 3 bond at some point. I can't go anywhere without being asked, when is Decatur going to be rebuilt? So the first thing I talk about is right now, top of mind is our educational programs and operations levy. But nevertheless, Happy New Year and welcome back to everyone. It's nice to start our school year with the school board meeting. We had a very successful start to our 2026 after returning back from a well-deserved break. To welcome everybody back, I did share a video message in last Friday's e-newsletter to all of our families as well as our staff, recapping what we've accomplished since we started back in September and what we're looking forward to in the coming months. So if you get a chance and you haven't, check it out. Last week, I had the privilege of presenting at the State of Education event, and that was hosted by the Federal Way Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank and appreciate you for coming and supporting us and also allowing me to spotlight the incredible work that's happening. The theme this year was Opportunity Makers, and I highlighted the staff and community partners that we have that help to provide the resources, the systems and support systems and the programs for our young people so that they can thrive and be successful in their post-secondary pursuits. And for those of you that join us, I think you would agree with me, we also showcased our Decatur High School Jazz Band, which is often nationally recognized as being one of the best jazz bands in the country. So it was as if you were actually sitting in Jazz Alley. So I want to give a shout out to Decatur High School Jazz Band. We are deep into our informational presentations related to the Educational Programs and Operations Levy. I've been presenting in partnership with Dr. Jones at a variety of community-based meetings since December. I think we hit 20 maybe today, 20 today. And then we have another 2 tomorrow, and that's followed by 3 more next week. And then we have 1 more at the end of the month, and that will round up nearing 30 informational presentations. So excited to get out and help spread the information about Educational Programs and Operations Levy. The presentation itself just includes an overview of levy funds, the budget, tax information. As a greater reminder to our community, the EP&O levy fills in the gaps between what the state provides and what it actually takes to run a school district, related to support programs, services, staffing, and operations that are underfunded or either not funded at all by the state. This includes our arts and music program, our theater program. It supports 100% of our athletics, staffing and special education, safety and security officers, and so much more. And as a reminder, the EP&O levy is not a new tax. It's one that our community has supported since 1980. So it is a local funding measure. So those funds go directly back into the school. If people would like to learn more about the levy, if they haven't joined us in one of our community-based presentations, we have information all over our website, Federal Public Schools Levy. We also have an email address that you can use for any question that you might have, which is levy@federalwaypublicschools.org. The mailer will be hitting homes and mailboxes next week, and then of course we'll have a section in our Scholar Chronicle at the end of January that will also include a portion in that chronicle related to the EP&O. So I'd encourage everybody to keep your eyes open for that information. And if you have any questions, I'm just an email away. So happy just to answer any question that anyone has. It's hard to believe, but we're already preparing to celebrate the graduating class of 2026. Graduation dates and schedules for the class of 2026 are now available online, and we're shared via Parent Square. So we have pushed them out on your calendars so that you know when to be part of that celebration. I know it's something that all of you really look forward to. And finally, last week, we also shared a special opportunity to families who observe Ramadan. New this year, Federal Public Schools will be offering Ramadan-friendly breakfast and lunch meal packages for students who are fasting during the school day. And families who would like their child to receive a take-home meal for before sunrise and or after sunset are encouraged to let their school know, and we will help them out. And then finally, we recognize, of course, on January 19th, we will observe Martin Luther King Day Jr. I know the city is putting on quite a celebration in honor of Dr. King. Many schools in the district are also be honoring Dr. King with a variety of assemblies, classroom work. So please stay on the lookout. We'll be posting all of those on social media, and we're excited to join the festivities. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pfeiffer. Next item on the agenda is school board comments, and we'll begin with Director Gollings.
Well, I really appreciate all the presenters we had today. My first time to see a sheep in a gym, so that was fun. But thank you for all the work you're doing on ensuring the continued progress of students all the way through their education. This is really exciting. So thank you.
Thank you, Director Gollings. Director Phillips.
I just wanted to share, I had the privilege of attending the legislative conference, mainly on Friday, where we had some of our legislators show up, Representative Rude, Representative Gregerson, and all the education space came together to really talk about going on to the legislative session, which I think was good. And it's just nice. We normally had a day on the Hill and it was going to Olympia and a whole 2-3 day process. So this is a little easier as far as for people who are working, but still accessible to our legislators, which was really good. And good opportunity for us to come together. I also had a chance to attend the FWPS, which is one of the things that we came out. That one's a beautiful event. It always makes me want to cry. It's so good to see so many of the students, everybody partnered together. So many organizations come together. I like that the youth were moved into the building this time. It kind of changed the dynamic a little bit. One of the things that really stood out to me was how many grandparents are parenting right now. I actually got a chance to go shopping. A grandma came in and said, "I'm not walking through there. Can you help me out?" And I said, "Of course I will." And it was the highlight. I got to do that 2 times, which is really cool. So thank you to all of our community partners. Thank you to all the schools that came. There were so many people that were working and picking up gifts for kids and making sure that everybody still had a wonderful holiday season. So that was just lovely. And I'm glad we're back in session. The kids are back in. The late start was a strong move. I saw so many parents on the first day for getting kids back in school. It was kind of nice way to just say hello. Teachers are out, people are out. So it was wonderful. I hope that the month continues to progress. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Director Phillips. Vice President Davis.
So on the way in today, I saw that we had a few sign waivers out there with our say yes to the levy. So I appreciate all the volunteers spending some overtime without being compensated. So that just lets me know they're committed to what we are trying to have happen here for our scholars. And the presentations, as usual, are well put together and understandable. So I thank you for that. Each time we hear some addition or something new, it just helps to keep us informed. So I was happy to see that. And I wasn't able to judge the sheet because I think one of those were my support animals. So I just couldn't do it. He adopted me the last time I visited the school, so I couldn't do it. I would have been biased. But that's all I have.
Thank you, Vice President Davis. Director Murphy.
Well, we had the opportunity to go to the WASDA conference recently, and also I just went to the legislative one this last week, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the budget. I had the opportunity to talk to the head chief, and he and our Jerry Carlson, I understand, are on good terms. And so I tried to put in a word for Federal Way and that we cannot be considered a zip code budgeting school district. It is very unfair the way we are compensated and regionalization. It's taken me a while to figure this all out. And as Dr. Pfeiffer and I have had conversations, the other districts get considerably more because they consider the price of housing is more expensive there. However, there are numerous people that live in the high rent districts that come to work here in Federal Way. And, I like what she's proposing, and it is more uniform across the board. And I'd love if she would focus on that so that we can contact our legislators to put a little pressure on them. What I liked about tonight was the Gator card. I thought that was priceless. It was very creative. And then I noticed they also had a little note, the kudos and good job, at a go for it. And then there was one I noticed, and it said, where is it? You have a F course and need to make a plan. You have 5 weeks to modify this. And you are off track for graduation, even if you aren't graduating. And I thought, wow, that really lights up the eyes to get something like that. And I think that's good that the kids get that type of notice. Yeah, so I was impressed. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. On the budget that I learned that I thought was significant, even though we ask and have gotten limited classroom, students in a classroom, there's only so much in a pot that they allocate for us. They have a formula. They're thinking about revising it. But at the moment, we have to live within that pie. And so if more money goes towards school, limiting the class size, they take it out of the material supply and operating cost. I thought that was a very interesting statement. So when we realize that we're short in some areas, that kind of makes us realize, you know, we're kind of, they need to do some work. And I think a lot of our problems are stem from Olympia. Thanks.
Thank you, Director Murphy. I'd like to thank Decatur High School for hosting us. I'd like to congratulate the DECA scholars for their state level participation and winning at the highest level. I appreciated the emphasis that Decatur has on that 9th grade monitoring, which we're learning that is so important to ensure that our young people are on track for graduation. And the emphasis on the cell phone policy that has really made a difference, according to teachers and other people observing in the classroom, that not having the cell phones out is really helping students focus, helping students engage with one another, help students pay attention, and it's just taking that stress away from the classroom. It's really, I know that's really appreciated. The Gatorgrams to recognize students, and I thought it was interesting that the students themselves said that they didn't want things or awards. They just wanted to be recognized for what they're doing right, and I thought that was really significant. And I think that's what most people want now. I want to be recognized for what we're doing instead of being always having the students get a prize or something like that. And I have to commend the Future Farmers of America, and they're bringing their sheep to our meeting today. In one of my previous lives, I worked in agriculture, and one of the projects that was most successful that I worked with was a sheep project. It was sheep and beekeeping. Those were the two that were the most successful projects. So I have a soft spot for working with sheep and watching the young people. They really know what they're doing. So congratulations to Logan and Brooklyn and their 2 animal companions there. That was very impressive, and I really appreciated that. And finally, before we move on, I would like to make sure that everyone is aware of the EP&O levy ballot that will be coming out shortly, and the election will be taking place on February 10th. So everyone should make sure that they pay attention to that information, and you know how important this funding is to our school, to our schools, our scholars, all of our staff. This is just vital for our community. So make sure that you get that ballot and fill that in and do what's right for our young people. Okay. Next item on the agenda is public comment, and we do have some. Federal Way Public Schools Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of involving members of the public in its meetings. Per the Open Public Meetings Act, public comment should enhance rather than hinder the effective transaction of the district's business. We respect your perspectives and value your civil input and suggestions. The board will listen to public comment, but we don't respond to public comment. However, depending on the nature of your topic or question, the superintendent may ask district administrative staff to follow up. Please keep your comments brief, concise, respectful, and no longer than 3 minutes. No verbal complaints or charges against any district employee or individual director will be allowed during public comment. Thank you in advance for your comments. My first public comment is Craig Patrick.
Good evening, school board, cabinet, and members of the community. My name is Craig Patrick. I am a citizen of Federal Way. I currently serve on the Diversity Commission. However, I am not in the capacity of speaking on behalf of the Diversity Commission. I just want to invite you guys to the MLK celebration that we have going on at the Performing Arts Center this Saturday. I will be happy to leave these flyers up at the table over there. Hopefully you can take them and disperse them to the different schools. It's a really good celebration this year. I'm really excited on a personal level because we're going to have actually Irish step dancers this year. So I'm excited about that. Another thing on the commissions, we have a youth commission. And Juan Juarez, a graduate of Thomas Jefferson High School, was on the youth commission, and now Juan Juarez is working with Lake Haven Utility as a commissioner. He got voted in. So I believe that, these commissions do serve a purpose in the community. They are a good outlet for the schools to engage with the community and get involved with maybe civil government, civic government. But I'm very excited about the MLK celebration. Other than that, that's all I have. I'm proud of you guys. I know it's not easy showing up. Um, and I think that a lot of times people just want to hear that you're proud of them. So I can understand where the students are coming from instead of like a little trinket or a sticker or prize. If you say, hey, look, I'm really proud of you. But I think a lot of kids, some kids don't get that at home. And so it's kind of a challenge that they come to school and they can get it. So, you know the old saying, if you're getting it at home, you come to school to learn. But if you're not getting it at home, you come to school to get, the affection. But I appreciate all you guys do. And I know it's not an easy gig, but I hope you guys can make it to the MLK celebration. And I'll leave these flyers up there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your comment. Next comment is Anna Patrick.
Good evening. I just have something really simple, basic. I'm going to be talking about just a couple things near Mirror Lake Elementary. There's a dangerous tree on a resident property that I think you should look into. It's been posted on the Eyes on Federal Way. It's a tree, it's a dead tree branch that's hanging over a power line and it's pressing against it. So it looks like if a storm should hit, maybe the tree could fall and cause the line to fall on the sidewalk where students walk. So the reason I'm telling you this is that, yeah, and it's on private property. You guys can't really do anything yourselves to address it, but Puget Sound Energy is apparently where we would need to reach out. I tried myself and they wanted me to put the address in of my address to file the complaint. And I didn't want to do that. So maybe you guys have a way to address it. And the city is, I think, tried to address it as well. And it's still there. So I thought I'd come and talk to you guys. And then there's also a poisonous hemlock on the property around Mirror Lake Elementary. And King County has some sort of program where they get rid of those, some sort of, it's recently been determined to be one of the plants, the toxic plants that they will address. And it can quickly proliferate. The plant is has just been left dry and to die on the property and dry, and it's seeding everywhere now. So I think it should be addressed before it becomes before it proliferates. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. And with that, we are adjourned.